But finally, she thinks she like found the one.
What the fuck? It's only page 2.
But like, why would she throw that detail in there? That's so random. My jaw was on the floor after. I knew something was gonna throw me off. Hi guys, welcome back to another book club video. I am so excited to be filming this vlog. I am currently editing this, so full transparency, and I realized I didn't film an intro. I was so excited to read the book. I was on the roof in my bathing suit, getting some sun, and I started this thriller, so we will definitely get into that footage right after the intro here. But I just wanted to intro the vlog and say welcome back to another book club video. This was our October book club, so if you are watching this and you missed this month's book, do not worry. I'm about to post the November book club reading poll. So actually this is gonna go up today, and I'm also gonna post the poll today so we can decide in the next few days what we're reading for November. So I do a poll. I try to like gather different genres, whether like books I've heard are popular, if it's seasonal, I'll try to do like a seasonal book. For October, we did do a thriller. You guys voted. It was this book was the second highest voted for the September reading and the first highest for October. So it was like a no-brainer. We had to read it. So I'm so excited. Also, if you're new here, hi, my name is Jill. I'm 24. I live in South Florida and I make lifestyle content. I love talking about all the things I enjoy, like books, all my fun little hobbies and everything like that. I'm just a girl in my 20s trying to get through my days and find little joys, and reading is definitely one of those. So a couple months back, I did a little poll asking if you guys would be interested in like a monthly book club. I read the book and then you guys read the book, and at the end of the month, we will chat about it in the comments and see what everybody thought and how everybody felt. So that's kind of how the book club goes. But for this month, we read The Boyfriend by Freida McFadden. Guys, thrillers are not my favorite genre. I'm gonna be fully transparent. They're not my favorite, but you guys voted, so I wanted to read it, and like I wanted all of us as a community to read it together and see what we all thought. I always enjoy them when I read them. I think I don't like them because they're always like, they always hit a little too close to home. I'm like, I feel like this could actually happen in real life, but I wanted to read this book because I heard about it. Like, I love Freida McFadden books. Never Lie, The Housemaid, now The Boyfriend, all great books. So this is the reading vlog for The Boyfriend by Freida McFadden. Definitely chat with me in the comments. I cannot wait to hear what you guys think. These reading vlogs are set up like I do a quick little intro on like the book and maybe what it's about. I will note that I did not read at all what it was about. I will for you in just a moment though, so you can decide if you want to read it. However, for thrillers, I go in blind. I don't want to know what they're about. I just want to like read it and experience it. We do the reading portion and I don't really have any spoilers in there. I try my best just in case you guys are watching this video and haven't read the book yet. And then at the end, I'll do a non-spoiler review, and then I'll do a spoiler review. We'll really get into like the characters and details. So that's how the book club videos go. For this book specifically, The Boyfriend by Freida McFadden, it is a thriller. I'm gonna read you a little bit of the description so you know what it's about. Sydney Shaw, like every single woman in New York, has terrible luck with dating, but finally she thinks she like found the one. He's handsome, he's charming, and he's also a doctor. Then the brutal murder of a young woman, the latest in a string of deaths. The primary suspect, a mystery man who dates victims before he kills them. As she's dating this like new man of her dreams though, she like can't get the feeling away that like someone's watching her, she's unsafe, and she needs to figure out what's going on. So that's the book. I hope you guys enjoy the reading vlog. I have not done a proper introduction for this reading vlog yet, but I'm starting The Boyfriend today by Freida McFadden for book club. I'm sure I've done an intro. I'm sure I've done an intro at this point, but I'm starting it today, getting some sun, starting this thriller in broad daylight because I am terrified of thrillers. They're not my favorite, but I did pick it for book club because I feel I wanted everybody to have an option. Even if it wasn't my favorite, I still wanted to put the option out there and also try to enjoy it. I do love Freida McFadden books though, but they always mess with my head, so I'm a little nervous. I have no idea what to expect. I'm kind of going into it blind. I always go into thrillers like blind. I never know what's gonna happen. So it was a beautiful day. I'm getting some sun, so a great day to start a thriller in the bright sunny Florida. with fire alarms going off behind me. They're testing our fire alarms in our building today.
I am 2% in, and I literally just read this bottom paragraph and said, what the fuck? It's only page 2.
Getting into bed right now with the book. It is the next evening, 2:37 a.m. the next day. So perfect time to get into bed to read. It is the next evening and it is time to read a little bit. I got to 11% when I was at the pool the other day. Okay, I have thoughts, okay? Let me adjust my pillow. That is so much better. I needed the neck support. Okay, I have thoughts. So they have yet to mention this, like, stranger that has showed up in Sydney's night after that whole horrible, awful date, which was insane. But I'm pretty sure, obviously, the stranger is gonna be the guy from, like, the past. I forget his name. Tom, I think? But, like, our main character right now is Sydney, Tom, and is it Daisy, the other girl? I forget the other girl from the past part of this whole story. But just, like, that comment about the neck thing, I was like, oh, I think I'm catching on, but I don't exactly know. I'm only 10% in though, so, like, who's to say? But we'll see. I'm gonna keep reading. I'm gonna read a couple more pages of the book before I go to bed tonight. So I just want to do a quick check-in because I realized I didn't really give, like, any kind of update after the pool. But I was like, my jaw was on the floor when I was reading that awful date that sounded terrible. And then this, like, random stranger comes to save her, like, and then he just, like, walked away like that. Doubtful. Like, that doesn't happen. Like, normally he'd ask what her name is, you know what I mean, and introduce himself. But he didn't introduce himself. And I'm like, is that the part of the thriller that, like, is gonna throw me off? Like, or is trying to throw me off? Like, that is the question. Like, was that trying to throw me off? Or was it gonna be something that's just, like, a small detail that just, like, slid under the rug that we weren't supposed to notice? Like, that he didn't introduce himself? But we'll see. We'll keep you updated. I'm intrigued. I'm liking it so far. Some of you have also DM'd me about the book too, which is so fun to, like, chat about. I can't wait till this goes up so we can chat in the comments, and also follow me on Instagram. We'll plug, but I was chatting with some of you guys about the book and the book club, and it's been so fun. I'm having such a good time. So I'm going to bed because I'm honestly feeling pretty tired. You can probably tell on my eyes. They're heavy tonight. Like, they're gonna close soon, but I want to read a little bit. I'm 30% in to the book club book. Guys, it's getting good already. It's getting good already, and I'm terrified. However, I'm gonna get cozy and keep reading. Guys, it's so good. Don't mind me, I just did my evening skincare. And I was reading last night, and I was like, oh my goodness, I need to update the reading vlog. I have a little glass of wine here, and I figure this is a perfect way to end my evening with the book club video and a glass of wine. Like, how perfect. I'm at 30%, so I've gotten to know the main characters a little bit. Right away, I'm not the biggest fan of past-present writing, as you guys know. If you've been watching me for a while, it's just a personal preference. However, it's making my mind, like, scrambled because I'm trying to figure out who's who. Obviously, someone in her present, in Sydney's present, is from this past timeline, and I'm like, oh my god, we've had, like, so many mentions of whack-ass weirdo men, creepy dudes throughout this whole book so far. I'm like, who the heck is it? Like, the main guy in the past, I'm like, is he the stranger that saved her? Is he the doctor where her friend, you know, trying not to spoil anything? Like, who is he? So I'm trying to figure that out. I'm only 30% through, but that's the most update I have without giving any spoilers. So I'm gonna continue reading tonight, but that's my, like, 30% mark check-in. I do like it so far. This is definitely out of my comfort zone because I don't read thrillers. I don't love thrillers. They freak me out, especially this kind of stuff. Like, thrillers creep me out because they're, like, too close to home, as in, like, I feel like this kind of thing could just happen in real life, so I don't love that I'm reading about it, but also it is really good. So I'm kind of like, yeah, I'm gonna lay here with my book here, gonna read. No, I knew it. I knew it.
I knew it. I knew it. This whole time I was thinking we just met him. And guess who he is? I knew it. I fucking knew it. I knew it! However, I feel like there's gonna be this like massive plot twist that like I'm gonna have no idea about. You know what I mean? I feel like that always happens in Freida McFadden books. Like all of a sudden at the end, the whole thing changes when you just think you know what's going on. Oh my word. I'm creeped out by this book. Oh, but I'm gonna keep reading because it's good.
I'm currently on my lunch break. Crispy Diet Coke. This book, guys, I have not made much of a dent since I last vlogged. I think I'm on like 40%. Let me check. 44%. I am terrified. My jaw was on the floor after the last time I checked in, and I have not read much since. I don't think much has even happened since. But guys, I feel like I'm giving a terrible, like, the reading portion of this video. I'm like checking in at random times because this is just like when I read. It's like whenever I get a chance to. This book, guys, I'm not a thriller girly, so I'm on edge every page. I'm like waiting for someone to like jump out and come after her, you know? So I'm on chapter 44 right now. Not chapter 44. I'm on 44% through. I'm on page 157 on the Kindle. I don't know if it's different on the actual book. I'm at the part where Allison gave Tom an ultimatum. So we'll see where it goes from here. And I like can't even predict what happens now. Like I have so many questions. Like, what happened to that girl? What happened to Brandy? What's going on with Tom's dad? Like, what's going on with Daisy? I'm trying to be vague in case you haven't read this book yet, but I'm like, what is going on? I'm trying to predict it, but everywhere I turn, I'm like, something could happen to someone at any time. So we'll keep you updated, but I'm gonna read on my lunch break now. This is just crazy. I am at 81%. I'm going to finish this book today. This is getting crazy. I have not done any updates since like 40%. I feel like nothing has happened and so much has happened at the same time. I have some spoiler thoughts, so if you haven't read the book, skip ahead a little bit. I'll pop a time on screen. Slug. I think he is Kevin or Randy, or he could even be Jake, because Jake is seen as the good guy in this book, the police officer, but like, I don't know, Freida always throws curveballs, especially at the end of her book, so I think he is one of them, because we never learned Slug's name, okay, and he seems to be the crazier one between him and Tom. However, Tom is a freaking weirdo too, so like, who knows who's gonna be the bad guy in the end? But one of them, or maybe they're a team. That there was that part where like when Tom was first going back to Sydney's apartment, that he like looked like he wanted to like barf or run or whatever, like he looked like petrified to be there. He knows something, someone in that building, someone who has been in that building. But those are my thoughts. I'm going to finish this book today. I have not updated at all because I read all in one night the other day, and then I was like, oh my goodness, I'm filming a vlog for this reading vlog. I was so invested in the story and like getting to this point, but now I'm on 81% and I think I'm gonna finish it today. So I'm on page 298 in the Kindle, so we will see. We'll keep you updated. I know something's gonna throw me off somewhere because that's how all thriller books go. Oh, also I forgot to say, I do think Slug is Randy because of that ant farm situation. Unless that was just a weird detail Freida threw in to throw us off, but like why would she throw that detail in there? That's so random. I'm at the part where Randy and Tom are meeting outside the apartment with Sydney and Gretchen. I know they know each other. Randy is Slug, I just know it. He's staring at Randy, his face deathly pale. I knew something was gonna throw me off. I thought Daisy died. This is insane. No, my jaw's on the floor. I gasped out loud, so loud before filming this. I am 92% done with this book, but I could not finish it before work today, so I'm getting into bed right now so I can finish reading. Guys, this book is insane. This book is insane. I'm already thrown off because I think at the beginning somewhere they mentioned how like Daisy's favorite flower or something, if I remember correctly, but like it's one of those tiny details where like you don't care. Like when you're reading it, you're just like, it's just like another foundation building detail, but like a tiny random fact about the character that like, it's not at the priority of your brain, you know what I mean? Then I'm like, who's Randy? If he's not Slug. Like, what was that whole ant farm thing? That threw me off. Freida really got me there. She probably did that on purpose. And then maybe he just likes ant farms? I don't know. And Tom
a good guy. Honestly, not surprised, because I'm like, there's no way bad guy is gonna be like in plain sight. You know what I mean? Like, not a good guy in the sense of like everything that happened when they were younger, obviously. And just all those creepy facts about when he would like pay attention to like their pulses, and just because he wanted to be a doctor, I don't know. Weird. But I had to finish this book, and I'll let you know my thoughts at the end. Wish me luck.
That was the reading vlog. We are catching up the next day because I just finished the book last night. Guys, I have so many thoughts. I cannot wait to hear what you all have to say in the comments. But as I mentioned in the intro, I am going to do like a non-spoiler review of the book and then a spoiler review at the end. So I'll start with the non-spoiler review because it's shorter. And the non-spoiler review, this is a thriller. It is about a girl who, as I explained in the intro, she's like dating around New York. She thinks she finds the perfect guy, and then she learns about these murder victims. They were all women, where this man was like dating these women before killing them, which so terrifying, honestly. Like, this is why thrillers scare me, and I mentioned it earlier because I'm like, this kept me on my toes the whole time. It was past present timeline, which if you guys have been here for a while, you know it's not my favorite. However, I actually did enjoy it in this book because I kept being like, why are these characters important in the past? I was trying to pick up on hints and clues from the past to bring into the present timeline. I just felt like I was kind of on my toes for most of it. And of course, because it's a Freida McFadden book, there was a plot twist at the end. It was so good. It was like creepy, it was thrilling, but it wasn't like too scary where it was like I'm terrified to read this, but it was definitely like, ooh, it gave me like the chills here and there, and I kept thinking I knew what was gonna happen, and then of course at the end I did not know, and I was shocked. I was shocked at the end. So that's like my non-spoiler review. I would give this book like a 4.5 on a thriller scale. It was like the perfect combination of like length, plot, mystery, thriller, and it also had that like romantic undertones because it's literally called The Boyfriend, so like that was fun to read about too. Honestly, it was a little distracting, but in a good way, because you like were thrown off every time something happened. You were like, wait, what's going on? I definitely recommend this book if you're looking for like a thriller, getting started into thrillers. Out of all the books Freida McFadden has written, my favorite is Never Lie. That one left my brain. Like, my brain was scrambled by the end of that book. I was like, jaw was on the floor. But this one, so good as well. I definitely think you should read it if you haven't already. We're gonna move into the spoiler review. So, okay guys, spoiler review. The whole time I'm thinking, why is Daisy important? She's this sweet girl. What the heck does she have to do with like anything? You know, I'm like, we're hearing about creepy shit going on with Slug. Allison was being a nosy girl, poor thing, you know? And then like Slug being, I don't want to say worse than Tom, because clearly Tom was like, guy was messed up by the end of it. You know what I mean? Like, he was messed up. Then when I found out at the end, guys, the plot just where I found out Gretchen is Daisy, and that Daisy like killed all those people, that is insane. Like, I don't know why I didn't suspect her either. I guess because it didn't connect the past and present in my brain, and they made it sound like Slug was the guy the whole time, and that random ant farm detail of Randy bringing home, and who the hell is Randy? You know what I mean? Who is Randy? Poor guy just got like involved. He was being creepy, if I remember correctly in this book. He was like being creepy with women. So, and then at the end, Tom being like, this needs to stop, this needs to stop. He's like, you know what? Yeah, I'm in love with you. Let's go run off together. And then them sending the hair to Sydney and saying Kevin won't be a problem. Like, I have chills right now. I'm creeped out. No, Freida put this together so well. Like, I was so shocked by this whole book. I just like, I should have expected it and I just didn't. Like, I feel so bad too about their Bonnie, like poor Bonnie. I can't get over the Gretchen being Daisy. And I think it mentioned somewhere in about flowers or something in Gretchen's like art gallery. I don't actually know if that's true. I'd have to fact check that. I wasn't putting the pieces together, and I knew that was gonna happen. Like, I called it from the jump. I'm like, I'm not gonna understand this ending. Like, I can't get over that. And then them just like lurking around still. At the end, like Sydney saying like, oh, I thought they'd be long gone by now, like no one can find them. When I first thought the person was Tom, though it was in plain sight, so like, of course it wasn't him, even though it like, close enough, you know? When she found the scrunchie in his bedroom, I was like, no, it's over. It's over. This is terrifying. This is insane. I really thought Jake was gonna be involved too somehow, the police officer, but he wasn't, obviously. But I really genuinely thought he was gonna be some like weird part of this whole thing too, but I guess he was innocent. That is my review. I thought, for the spoiler version, I thought literally everybody was insane the whole time. I was like, what is going on? I loved it. I ate it up. I read it in just a couple days, as you saw, and I adored the book. So I definitely would recommend it if you are watching this and you're watching the spoiler version. I still recommend the book. Definitely comment your thoughts because we need to yap about this. I shouldn't be surprised because it is Freida McFadden and she's known for her plot twist, but so good. I definitely would recommend it. I'm not too harsh with my judgment and my ratings on books. Like if I'm shocked at the end, I feel like the story was pretty consistent. It didn't really ever feel slow, like a little here and there with the past moments, but other than that, I felt like it was pretty steady. So I'm not too strict with my ratings. I'm pretty much like, if I liked it, if I was surprised, that's like my scale to hitting 5 stars. It wasn't like absolutely mind blown like Never Lie was for me. That was a 5-star read for me, but this was like, it was a good book. So that is the October reading vlog. I am gonna post the November poll, so definitely go vote on that if you haven't already. I'll give it a couple days before we announce the book. I give it like 2 or 3 days depending on how many votes are coming through, but definitely go to vote on that. And of course on my community posts I will announce what that is. In the comments, the pinned comment of this video, I will also share what book everybody voted on once we do that. So I hope you guys enjoyed the October reading vlog. I will be chatting with you all in the next vlog. Hope you have a great rest of your day whenever you're watching this, and I will see you all in the next vlog. Bye.